So we have to, come out and grit games and, play as hard as we can and, win ugly games. Sometimes we lose, ugly games, but, we're giving ourselves a chance to win ball games, and that's all you can ask for.
LeBron, what were your thoughts when the team added Dennis late into this roster? And in his second year here, has he surprised you in any way, or have you seen any change, or have you been maybe reminded of some trait that he has that's valuable to the team?
No, he didn't remind me of anything. If you watched any ball in the summertime, you see how exceptional he was in EuroLeague. It was first team all EuroLeague, and gave his country an opportunity to compete for gold. And obviously they fell a little short, but he played exceptional basketball all summer. So, I knew what we was getting even after the injury, what we was going to get out of him once he returned to form.
LeBron, congrats on the win. There's going to be a lot of talk about you approaching Kareem's record over the next few weeks. Does it ever get old or boring or redundant when people talk about all the things you've done in your career, or does it motivate you more?
I really don't get caught up into it. I've had a heck of a career, up until this point, but my motivation and my mindset is focused on, this team right now and how we can, continue to win games, continue to compete, and how I can put myself in a position to help this team win ball games, because that's what it's about. So really don't get caught up in the conversations that's been held outside of what I'm trying to do personally with this ball club.
LeBron, 39 second chance points for the Grizzlies is the most by any team in the last 25 years. To be able to overcome something like that barrage, is that something you look at, that you key in on?
No, they have probably 9 guys that's over 6'8", 6'9". I think we're playing with like 3 or 4 right now. You spend a lot of time keying in on Ja Morant. You got 2 guys, flying at him, trying to get contests at Ja Morant. And you got the strongest guy in the NBA and Steven Adams, under there battling versus guards. We're probably going to lose that battle 100 out of 100 times. He had 8 offensive rebounds. Brandon Clark came in, gave him 5 extra offensive rebounds. You got to just do a better job of hitting guys, but still, that's what they do. They do a great job of hitting the glass. The last game they played against Cleveland, they actually won on the second chance point by Steven Adams, because 2 guys went at Ja Morant's layup, and Steven Adams couldn't be blocked out, even by Evan Mobley, who's almost 7 foot tall. So sometimes you got to give some things up.
Hey, LeBron. Darvin told us that during halftime he was talking about how he wanted the team to compete down the stretch, and he said Juan responded to him something like, "How about a win?" Can you speak to kind of what you feel is like the right mindset for the team that can keep you guys moving forwards?
Just play basketball the right way.
How about in terms of balancing sort of moment-to-moment small goals, like competing with a bigger picture goal, like getting a win?
But no, competing, that's not our problem. I ain't worried about that. We compete every night. You watched any of our games over the last couple months, it's not our problem. So I'm not worried about that.
Last 2. Mark.
LeBron, Darvin in recent days is talking about like the challenge that he feels he faces with trying to just manage your workload, knowing your obvious value to the team, but without overtaxing. How easy or difficult have you seen this process this season with managing the workload you've had, and what's been the key in doing that?
Doesn't really matter to me. I'm on the floor, I got to make plays for our team. And, if I'm in the lineup, I got to make plays for our team to help us win, whatever the minutes is. That's not up to me.
Dave, last question.
LeBron, Shannon Sharp said that kind of what spurred that run-in at halftime was him talking to Dylan Brooks, telling him he couldn't guard you. Just wanted to know if you had any words for Shannon.
No. I ride with Shannon 365 days, 66 on a leap year, 24/7. So that's my guy. So I always got his back, and he got mine. So he can talk with the best of them for sure.
Thanks, Elgin.
He's got his back, and he rides with him on leap year, too.
Yeah, that's really cool. Leap year?
I like that one.
King, man.
Now you got him on your side.
That was great. That was great.
Can't
Yeah,
win
they,
that
have
one.
they have an awesome friendship. By the way, LeBron James is chasing history, by the way, as we have been showing you all, and I know every Laker fan knows this as well. We like to count it down. It started at 283, and then tonight, LeBron goes for 23. So he is now 260 points away from tying Cap, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, at 38,387. And guys, you heard what LeBron said about his minutes and things adding up. And big game, he just says what, basketball players say. My job is to play. Not his job to dictate the minutes and the game and how it goes. But Lakers are trying to win games, and that's what he wants to do. He's going to play.
38 years old. 20th year in the league, and LeBron will tell you that he does not play for anything else but championships. So that's where his mindset is. Obviously, he has the formula to longevity with the way he works out, the way he eats. You look at him and the way he's playing at 38, he's playing like he's 22 years old. So yes, mentally, he hasn't lost anything over his career. His mental capacity is still like when he was in his 20s. It's just that he's a more experienced player. He has more things under his belt that he knows now. But mentally, he hadn't skipped a beat.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it feels like. Just 260 points away. And I always tell people, you always need something to inspire you. And we had Jordan when I was growing up.
Yep.
And now that I've retired, I'm actually enjoying the games. And now you have LeBron, right? And there's just something else to kind of inspire you. If you do the right things, this could be your career.
Yeah.
Right? And he's just inspiring, 360 degrees. He's just doing a great job.
Yeah.
Don't you?
I just want to say, while my captain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, still holds the record, I remember 1985.
Yeah.
When he broke the record against Utah Jazz. It was in Vegas. And then a few weeks later, Wilt Chamberlain came to a Laker game. And Wilt Chamberlain used to wear his little tank top T-shirts. And there stood 2 7-footers, two of the dominant players of the game. So I just want to say to Kareem, while he still has the record, man, he was our captain, and he's held that record.
It's cool.
For a long time.
Close to 40 years.
And had he come out of high school,
yes,
like a lot of these younger players, he'd probably still have it. But
Right. It'd be 40,000.
Great man, a great ambassador. And Kareem, you still hold it for another 260 points. It's still yours, buddy.
That's awesome. By the way, we kind of move on to Woj reporting that Anthony Davis continues to make pain-free progress on his right foot and could be back, guys, as soon as late next week. So that's right around.
It's such an exciting game. I almost forgot who everybody was. So we understand, Allie, for the alley-oop.
That's what happens when you read the prompter, Meta, and don't watch the television. Russ scored a season-high 29 points in the win. He's speaking with Mike in the media.
Russ, that play in the final seconds when Dennis ends up stripping Desmond Bane, it seems like teams are always going to want to try to get that right if they can, but it's difficult. What about that play and Dennis kind of made that work and changed the time?
Just executing. We decided we was going to trap but trap at half court, not foul, and Dennis made a good strip on the ball, and not just that finish at the basket, which is important.
Dan.
Russ, they're so big and athletic, Memphis. How are you guys able to?
What about that play and Dennis kind of made that work and changed the time?
Just executing. We decided we was going to trap but trap at half court, not foul, and Dennis made a good strip on the ball, and not just that finish at the basket, which is important.
Dan.
Russ, they're so big and athletic, Memphis. How are you guys able to fight against that? And did you see kind of as the game built, like especially like a sense of urgency on the glass? after I think really for 3 quarters they kind of dominated there?
Just staying with it, using our quickness, some of our quickness to get out in transition, getting stops, being pesky. I thought that helped us get back in the game.
Russ, obviously a really good offensive night for you. Did you feel Memphis maybe daring you to attack a little bit, and how were you able to find your offensive rhythm tonight?
Just play my game. That's it. Simple.
Nikki?
Russ, Coach talked about the defensive intensity Dennis started the game with against Shaw, and then the play he had to close it out. What does that do in terms of setting the standard for you guys coming out and the momentum you bring to the game?
I think I said the last game, post-conference, in closing games, we got to be able to defend and get stops on demand. I thought we did a good job of that in tonight's game.
Russ, can you share with us kind of what you were thinking? Darvin told us that in that last huddle you said you wanted Ja.
Yeah.
Down the stretch. What did you like about that challenge? What did you want from that challenge? And then what kind of happened on that possession?
I just know I'm a very good defender, and I believe in my abilities to be able to stop anybody, no matter what position, and that's it.
Any more questions for us?
Lakers go to 21-25. They snap an 11-game win streak by the hottest team in the league, the Memphis Grizzlies. And after losing 3 games in a row by a combined 10 points, it was the Lakers who got it done down the stretch with the execution and the big play by Dennis Schroeder, who was clutch, scoring 7 of his 19 points in the fourth quarter. He's now speaking with Mike.
Hey, Dennis, can you just take us kind of from the huddle in the play before you end up stripping Desmond Bane up until the point where you go over and he doesn't notice you, just how that evolved from what the plan was and then how you were able to execute it?
Yeah, Coach, he said we want to have 1 trap first before we foul. Went to all 3 refs and told them we're going to trap first and then we're going to foul. And, I seen Bane just catch the ball. And he had the back to me, and I just made a play. So luckily it worked out.
And so, of course, you have to, know game situation, score, and you immediately go the other direction to try to finish at the rim. But is that partly instinct, or did you see where they were playing you defensively, and how did that carry out to the and one?
Yeah, I just got the steal, and I just thought, push the ball. I think that's where we at our best, and push the ball, got fouled, and finished the play.
Dennis, when you guys have had the run of losses that you guys have had, just how bad were you thinking about we need a win in a game like this? How much was that kind of coursing through you in that last minute?
Yeah, we've been in a lot of close games, and we never, sometimes we finished it off. When we had the 5 in a row stretch, we did a great job of competing and executing at the same time. And this game, it was down 11, I believe, and we stayed the course. They got, I think, 32 or 34 second chance points. But I think the last couple of minutes we did a great job just rebounding and pushing the pace and stay with it.
Dennis, there's a chance, or maybe a good chance, that you guys will get 80 back here sooner than later. What do you think you guys can take from this stretch without him and forwards as you get a little closer to being totally whole?
I always say next man up mentality. He's been out for a good stretch. I think a lot of people stepped up, but I think we're looking forward to have him back. He had an MVP type season before he got hurt, and to get that back, then Austin Reeves, Lonnie Walker, we're a couple man down, but we got it done tonight, and we just got to keep doing it until everybody comes back healthy.
Hey, Dennis, it's 1 game, but what do you think the group can use from tonight's game, the way you played, and apply it to future close games?
Competing at the end of the day, staying together. I think we did a great job. Just keep being engaged, and don't let everything else bother you, and don't give up. And I think that was a good one today, how we just stayed together and stayed the course, how we executed. And luckily, I mean, at the end, got the steal and the end won.
2 stars came out tonight. Ja Morant with 22 points, just 9 of 29. Lakers did a good job on him. 3 rebounds, 8 assists, and of course a couple of highlight plays. LeBron, 23 points, 8 of 21, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals in the W. More to come on Access. Dennis Schroeder comes up clutch. Lakers